Welcome. Welcome to the live session. After the first live, we are ready for the next one. Coming up, very important news in just a matter of an hour. We will be covering in this live session. As you can see, first day of trading week, pretty volatile day. Would like to see that how the market might be doing here in this uh, beginning of this week as FOMC week, as you know, that pretty important week for this, and we would like to see that how we can find trading opportunity in this current week. As XAUSD, we can see that after break of this low as expected from this daily support, there is a breakout in the major direction of the trend as expected. This is the 1 hour chart, pretty strongly bullish. We will be looking for lower time frame pullback and then potentially entry to the major direction of the trend. So this is what we will be waiting to see, potentially to enter into the trade on XAUSD along with any other instrument. Also, I think in the AUDUSD, it is strongly bullish. A dollar yen is in a bearish move. We saw that there is a little downside here, but I think this instrument could bounce back up again. And euro dollar, we can see that it's also preparing for potential bounce. We have seen that there is a narrow doji on euro USD, and with that narrow doji, the market had a bounce. So quite a few instruments. We can do the full analysis one by one. Just we will be looking to see how they might be doing in this session, and then once we find suitable entry in any of that, we will be entering into the trade. So I will be waiting for everyone to show up, and then we'll begin this session here. Welcome, thank you. If you guys are here, you can say yes in the live chat. As when you say yes, also you can start that big trading day here in this first day of trading week. Quite volatile day this week as well, expecting a very good move in the market. So let's look at first of all XAUSD. Are you guys want me to start with XAUSD, or you want to look at euro dollar? Which one most of you will say will be looking at that? Morning coach, welcome, inshallah, thank you very much. You guys say yes on XAUSD, or you want to start with first of all euro dollar or British pound US dollar? Welcome, thank you. So which one? XAUSD, gold? Okay, so you can see that gold is trending. Pretty strong bullish trend here on gold. Let's look at first of all monthly chart to see overall picture in this market. We'll be looking to see that gold trend. We can see that this is the monthly price action, which is very strong bullish market structure from the monthly perspective on gold. And with this monthly price action, there is a gap open here, a very strong gap open, euro USD, thank you very much. And with this gap open, as the market opened with a gap, the price tested the low, had a very strong breakout. Now bigger picture, if we look at the historical perspective on gold, it is currently strongly bullish. It in fact reached that 3000 level. So which as the market reached that 3000 level on gold, now the question is it going to the 4000 or somewhere in mid between? That's the question, right? So according to Elliott wave, if we look at here in that zone, after this head and shoulder, we see that this is the third wave, though there will be a little bit of argument here on the fourth wave or the third wave. So if we look at here, okay, so from this inverted head and shoulder, if we consider it as a reversal pattern, then this is the third wave. And if we look at here, this is the resistance here, which is starting support here, and with that resistance turns support, an impulse correction, another impulse, deeper correction. It is in another impulsive phase here on XAUUSD, and with that impulsive phase on XAUUSD, we can see the market currently approaching that level where there is a resistance line, and we could see that the price is potentially after retest potentially heading to the upside here. Now this is a a very long term bullish market here on XAU USD. As it is a very long term bull market, we can expect for the price to potentially bounce back up to trend to the major direction. If we look at the weekly chart on this instrument, we can see that from the weekly perspective here, this is the weekly price action where there is a weekly impulse followed by this correction, and we can see that this is another impulse from the weekly perspective. There is a weekly bullish candle formation here, and with that weekly bullish candle formation, so you can see that this is the weekly price action where there is a gap open, and with this gap open here from the weekly, a very important gap open here. And what we can expect now for the price to retest and then potentially to bounce back up to create a new higher high on XAUSD from the weekly perspective. Looking at the daily chart, here is the daily doji here, very important daily doji, and we can see the price from here have a very strong breakout followed by a daily doji formation here, gap open, and from this gap open the market has formed a higher low here. Now this higher low, we can see the price is currently approaching to the upside to create a new higher high. Now looking at the 4 hour and the lower time frame, we look at the 1 hour chart here. I was looking at the 1 hour as in this lower time frame. From the 1 hour perspective, this is where there is an important support level here, which is quite significant support on the 1 hour time frame. And as this market in an important support from the 1 hour, we can see that there is an inverted head and shoulder here, and with that inverted head and shoulder there is a strong breakout with that inverted head and shoulder. And currently what we can see that in this 1 hour perspective from XAUSD, we will be waiting to see the market is approaching that support here or even coming back below further. That's some of the levels that we can look for a pullback now at the moment. And once we see the prices, let's look at the 1 minute chart here. These are support zone on XAUUSD, and with this support, okay, so this some of the levels that we can look for here on XAUUSD for the price to potentially to trend and then to retest those levels. So here are this is a breakup structure on XAUUSD, and with the breakup structure currently expecting deeper drop here, deeper pullback, and then to trend again in the major direction. That's what we're expecting. A breakup structure, we see this primarily it has managed to break below. Would like to see further deepen, and once we see the market has dropped below, well, that's where we will be looking for potential entry. This is the 30 minutes support here. You can see there is a strong bullish engulfer from here as well as strong bullish engulfer, and with that multiple retest of this support on XAUUSD, want to see the market has dropped to any of this significant level. That's where we will be looking for bullish entry. As we are a trend trader, trading with the trend is the most profitable trading system one can ever have. Looking for everyone to show up, guys. Don't hesitate to smash the like button. Gold, yes. Welcome, well done. And let's look at on here in this lower time frame how the market might be evolving. Now looking at, as you can see that on the 1 minute chart, want to see a complete breakout structure. That's where the key points here to look at. You can see this is a significant support here. Okay, also this is support, expecting it to break below, okay, and then grab liquidity and then to bounce back up again to create a new higher high. We can see that two narrow doji formation here, and would like to see that it has dropped back below and then potentially bounce back up again. Would like to see that how the market might be evolving here, expecting it to drop deeper here. Okay, so which is very important to look at, and then we can look for entry opportunity here in this market. So here we can see that it has broken below, expecting for the market to potentially drop to the lower time frame support level, and after drop of this support we can expect for the market to trend again to create a new higher high. So this is where you will be waiting for the market to drop down, grab the liquidity, and then to potentially bounce back up again to create a new higher high in this market. So we'll be looking to see where we can find potential entry opportunity in this market. Hope that you guys enjoying the live session. Make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Get ready for potential entry. We had our previous session on the Tokyo session, was a pretty nice trading opportunity. In that session was an incredible, and would like to see that this session as well having a great opportunity. Previous session was very good, and would like to see that it is also having us giving us that potential entry opportunity. The previous session trade also will be discussing was an incredible trade, and yeah, when we find a quality trade, it is much easier for us to enter into the trade, and then with proper risk management, which is our main goal here, is to uh, doing proper risk management with proper um, lot sizing. Very important point, you know, that many traders fail to do that. Lot sizing is very important, guys. Keep in mind that when you do the proper lot sizing, that's where you can start to see that how to keep always the same amount of risk or the low risk, which is absolutely important doing the lot sizing. And you can see from here, this is a complete breakdown on XAUSD from the 1 minute chart, and with the breakdown expecting it to come back here to the support level potentially, and then to bounce back up again to create a new higher high. And we can see that the market started to drop here to the support. We may see that it's coming back here, breaking below all this low, and once we see that, that's where you can look for entry in this market. We can see that it's slowly breaking below, expecting it to further downside here, and with that further downside you will be looking for entry opportunity in this market. So you'll see that here on the lower time frame, this is the um, if you look at the 15 minutes and the 30 minutes, so would like to see that it has broken any significant level here. Okay, so it has managed to break below the significant level, and then we will be looking to enter into the trade. We can see that here, pretty strong drop, the market potentially moving back up, and with that bounce, would like to see that deeper pullback in that area to that support. And then once we see enough pullback to that support, that's where we can look for potential entry in this market. This is a local change of trend, which is important for our candlestick pattern. You can see that this is a massive bounce from the intraday perspective from 4-hour time frame. Now with that bounce, as it is a strongly bullish market, we can see that now the price is coming for deeper pullback. If we look at the 1-hour Fibonacci from starting of this move to the end of the move, we can see the market is approaching this 38.2% Fibonacci level. And with that approaching the 38.2% Fibonacci level, we can expect it to drop deep, grab liquidity, and then we can expect for the market to potentially trend again in the major direction. Waiting to see how the market is reacting to that level, and based on that, we would like to enter into the trade. So waiting to see the proper entry opportunity. Now if you look at it, you can see that this is the 15 minutes chart here, and also 5 minutes after retest there is a bounce. Still, I will not be impressed with the fact that the market has given us enough opportunity, which is essential for us to look at. And this is a drop, it's in a pullback. Want to see that it's breaking below, and then we can look for that potential entry opportunity in this market. So you can see that it has a bounce, and with that bounce, what we can expect is for the market to this is an important support, and from that support you can see there is a breakout. With that breakout, as this market in a strong bounce, we will be waiting to see that the price is having an upside bias here. Looking at the lower time frame, 1 minute chart here, we can see from here a bounce, a pretty strong bounce here, and that bounce we can expect it to have a pullback and then to potentially trend in the major direction. So from that resistance line here, pardon me. So from that resistance line here, we can see that the market is slowly coming towards that here, and I would like to see that it has gained enough momentum before it potentially bounce back up again to create a new higher high. So looking at again lower time frame, if you look at the 1 minute and the 5 minute chart here, this is where a move narrow doji, want to see that it's coming down here, okay, breaking below, grabbing the liquidity, and then bouncing back up again to create a new higher high. So lower time frame price action, again another doji is being formed potentially, and that could give us another entry opportunity in this market. So let's look at the 1 minute chart here. There's a doji, and would like to see that it dropped well below that support level where there is a high liquidity zone, and from that high liquidity zone, what we can expect it for this market uh, to trend and to that support level. And once we see the market has dropped back below to the trend, we will be waiting for potential entry opportunity in this market. And you can see there is a long wick candle gap open, expecting further downside here. So you can see here also an important level of support, and with that support would like to see that it is grabbing liquidity and then bouncing back to the upside here. So with that being said, would like to see the market has come back. And once we see the market has dropped, has come back below, that's where we will be waiting for potential entry opportunity. Okay, so we can see after this long wick candle, expecting deeper pullback to the support level. And once we see that the market has dropped well below that support level, that's where we will be waiting for um, potential entry opportunity in this market. So this is the 5 minute candlestick pattern here. There's a gap open again. And if you look at the daily, here we can see that from the daily time frame, there was a gap open. And with that gap open, there is a bounce. And if you look at the 4 hour here, also you can see there is a bounce. And 1 hour here also there is a doji formation. And looking at even lower time frame, 1 minute chart, would like to see that it has dropped well below to the support level before we can look for entry opportunity in this market. Thanks for joining the live session, guys. Hope that you're enjoying the live session. Make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every single day. Now, gap open, would like to see that deeper drop here. And with that deeper drop, we'll be waiting to see an upside here. From the resistance line, there is a rejection here, and that rejection might lead the price back to the support level. And a big drop, gap open, want to see that further downward pressure here. That's an important move, potentially coming back to that support level here. Would like to see that it drop back below, and then once we see enough confirmation, we can look for entry. As the news is coming, guys, in not very long, and we will be looking to see with the upcoming news also how the price might be doing here. Looking at the calendar here on Forex Factory, with that calendar coming up, dollar core retail sales and retail sales, two very high impact news in just a matter of 30 minutes. And after this core retail sales and retail sales, we would like to see that what kind of movement we can see in the market. And before that news, we might see, as you can see, potential breakup structure. Let's keep eye on the 4-hour support. If the market drop well below to the 4-hour support, two important 4-hour support, that could give us potential entry in the upcoming session. So here is lower time frame price action, important support here, support here. So here is lower time frame price action, narrow long candle formation, and with this narrow doji, we can expect for the market to potentially come back here to the support level, grabbing the liquidity and then trending again to create a new higher high. And with that being said, we will be waiting for the market to drop further, especially below the support. We have seen there was a bounce here in the beginning, and would like to see that it's coming back here and then returning back again to the upside to create a new higher high. Now, as there is a gap open, there is a gap open here, and with this gap open, would like to see the market is trending in that direction to the support level to create. Once we see that enough break below, okay, that's where we will be looking to enter a bullish trade potentially to the upside here. If you guys enjoying the live session, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I'm posting every single day. This is the 15 minutes perspective and the 5 minutes here. We can see that bounce, and with that bounce there is a gap open. Would like to see the market has moved well below and then revert back again to create a new higher high here. We can see that there is a bounce, and with that bounce want to see the market is potentially moving back up again to the resistance line. Our primary, as there is a news coming, would like to see that enough deepen in that market, as it is a bull market. As I mentioned earlier, trading with the trend is our main goal here, so that we can trade in the major direction of the trend. And this support here on the 30 minutes, also we can see that there is a strong liquidity in that area. So we would like to see the market has tested that important support, and then we will be entering into that trade. This is a significant drop from here, a move, gap open, pull back, another movement, and expecting it to potentially drop back below to the support, and then grabbing liquidity, and then potentially to trend again to the upside to create a new higher high. Okay, so at the moment, let's also, before we look at couple of levels, let's also going back to the previous trade on as you know that we had two session now. We had previous one on Tokyo time, so Tokyo session. Now this was the trade here. You can see that it was a very good move here in that area, and the reason the trade was open. Okay, so let's also going to that lesson, which is very important to look at. If you guys look at it, you can see that this is an important resistance line here, right? So which is an important level of resistance, and we saw that quite a few dodgy long week candle in that area has formed on XAUUSD. There was a strong bounce, and then we have seen that there is a pullback, another drop here, and after that, as we can see that this market was in a very strong trend, we saw that there was a potential reversal here, and that reversal has confirmed once we see that a strong breakout, and it has come for a pullback. So that's where we have placed that pending order, because if the market in fact has broken that high here, that's where we triggered, we placed that pending order above this high. If the market managed to break the high, that's where we was expecting to give us that entry, and that's why we placed that pending order, guys. And in fact the market did that, triggered that entry, and the price started to move in that direction to create a new higher high. So if you look at here, is where as the price is moving back to the upside in the major direction of the trend, we have placed the pending order. And at the moment, what we can see, the price is as the market is moving in that direction, we could see that the price, as you can see, it moved well above. Would like to see that the price potentially, we have seen there was a break below, and after this break of this low, again there has been another significant trend throughout the London session, so the massive trend to the upside. And currently you can see it's again started to trend in the downside here. Okay, so with that downward trend, the market is forming series of lower high here, which is a significant level here from that resistance line. And at this point, what we can see that the price, as the market has managed to break below, there is a gap open, a big bearish candle followed by another bearish candle here. So we can see that back to back two significant liquidity grab here, and then the market is trending again from that zone. Would like to see that it has broken below to this support level here. This is the 1 hour candlestick pattern. We can see the market here showing local bearish move, and we might see that if you look at here 4 hour, you can see this is um, a big bull candle on the 4 hour time frame, which is basically a potential that the market may bounce back up again to the upside to create a new higher high in this market. So that's where we can see the price is in this area here. As this is a bullish market, would like to see that the price is coming here, okay, and then breaking above again to create a new higher high. So we can see that the market is in a downtrend. Would like to see that it's coming back to the support level here. And okay, so this is a significant support level. All right, so very important level of support here. And as it is coming to that support, would like to see that it has broken below, grab the liquidity, and then potentially bounce back up. So lower time frame, you can see it's breaking below 30 minutes support here as well. So we may see that some bearish move here locally, which I'm not going to enter at the moment, because as I mentioned, our goal here is to trade with the trend. That's the main goal. Even we could see some bearish move, which what I think that eventually may turn again to bull market once we see that the price has given enough confirmation for a potential bullish move. That's where we will be entering into the trade. So let's look at here on the lower time frame, wait for the price to show proper entry opportunity in this market. We're waiting to see that. In the meantime, traders, if you're enjoying the live session, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. There's a gap open and the market is slowly coming back below, and we may see that it's dropping further downside here and breaking below to create a new lower low. We see that there is a break of structure. So this drop may bring the price well below. So two levels that 4 hour perspective we can look at. One is here, the other one is here. And We can see that break, and that's where you can see the market started to trend. And with that trend, want to see the price is having potential bearish move. Okay, we can see that a break below here, and it might lead that price back to the potentially. We can see that there is a significant drop here, and it's almost coming to that 4 hour support level. From the 1 hour as well, you can see the market is in a trend, and with that trend we can see the price is approaching that significant support level. And with that drop, this is a massive drop here and to that support level, we would like to see that it's coming back below to that liquidity zone here. And with that in mind, 1 minute chart, we can see the market is slowly, as it has dropped well below. Now the question is, it's dropping further or bouncing back again? It dropped well below that support level, and we may see that potential bounce. We could see that that bounce here, but at the moment, if you guys look at it, you can see this is a it grabbed multiple liquidity in that area, and because it grabbed that multiple liquidity, would like to see that it has dropped well below that support level here. And from that perspective, looking at the 30 minutes, we can see that drop. 15 minutes also, we can see that pretty strong drop here, and would like to see further move. And what I think that after this candle close in 3 minutes time, we may see some reaction potentially. And before the candle close, there is another bearish candle formation. So let's see how we can look for potential entry in this market. There is a drop here again on the lower time frame, and with the drop, the price approaching that support level. And with that support level, let's wait to see the candle close on the 4 hour, on the 1 hour, and the 30 minutes. Looking at the multi time frame, 4 hour, it's very strongly bullish here, and now it's in a deeper pullback. So in a significant zone here on the 1 minute. Okay, so for us now, I will be looking to see potential um, pending order. Once we see the market has dropped well below, that's let's delete the lines again. Now as you can see, it's a big drop here, and that drop, where it might be heading. Let's look at the daily price action here, guys. This is the daily price action. As when you look at the multi-time frame, we can understand the market very clearly. Daily, this is the daily bullish engulfer, followed by another daily middleman, followed by gap open with a stronger bullish price action, followed by a doji. Now today's price action, we can see that tested this support, had a very strong breakout, and we can see that there is from the daily a long wick candle here, and there is a gap open with a support level in that area. So therefore, um, we can see that the market in this lower time frame, there is a long wick expecting further downward pressure here. Let's go the 1 minute again, and this is an important neckline of this previous resistance, which is starting support here on XAU USD. So what we can see that here with this resistance, the market is trending. It is coming potentially to this support level here where there is a liquidity. For us to enter, we need to see that it drop well below, and even it is also possible if the market keep dropping, we might see that break up a daily low and then potentially again bouncing back to the upside again to create a new higher high. And here is what you can see that with this move, it may continue to drop, but I am not entering as I mentioned. We'll be waiting to see how the price is reacting to the 4-hour support. Okay, so almost dropped below the 4-hour and also the daily level here. And now yeah, it is possible even to break the daily low. It is possible even to break the previous daily low here. Okay, so even completely breaking the previous daily low and then to bounce again, which is also possible in that market from the lower time frame perspective. And in the meantime, guys, if you're enjoying the live session, make sure you give a thumbs up, smash it, and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press the notification bell so that you're not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day. So bearish pressure, strong drop here on the lower time frame, and with that drop, we can expect is for the market to um, potentially come further downside here to that support level. Okay, we can see that it's a big drop. So almost to the neckline. As we can see, the price has dropped well below. We have 10 minutes to go for the news to come up, and with that news we may see that a spike, and then once the spike is complete we will see that how the market reacting afterwards. That's what we will be waiting to see. And in the meantime, guys, I'm going to also um, post a poll here to see what you guys are up to on XAUSD. Starting a poll. What's your view on XAUSD with the upcoming? If we look at here with the core retail sales, so what's your view on XAUSD with the upcoming core retail sales? What's your view on XAUSD with the core retail sales? That's the question. So So you're looking at on XAUSD. I have posted a poll here with that on. Share your thought and opinion on XAUSD to see what might be happening. Could he show engulfing bullish candle at 30 minutes and did a little explanation? Would be thankful. Arthur, yes, absolutely. That's a very important candlestick pattern. Engulfing, especially engulfing candle, is absolutely important. So if you look at in any time frame, you can find that candlestick pattern. We'll be discussing on that. Gold, yep, we will be waiting to see. So will you be price waterfall tonight, or will it go? So that's what I was asking, guys. I have posted a poll. Share your thought and opinion on that. Your USD, I'm enjoying very much. Patience is key in this business. Thank you. Welcome. News very soon. Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate it. So yeah, 8 minutes time the news is coming, and yeah, bearish or bullish engulfing. So this one, for example, here, this one is an engulfing pattern. So this red candle, what you can see is a bearish engulfing pattern. Okay, so which is a very important price action on that. So if you look at here, you can see this is an important bearish engulfing pattern here with a red bearish candle with a gap open. The price tested that high and then rejected to the downside with a narrow doji, again another bearish candle. So which is a bearish engulfing pattern. Now what is engulfing? First of all, now engulfing pattern is when you see that it has completely engulfed the previous candle to the downside or to the upside. That is engulfing pattern. It can be bullish or bearish, it can be in any time frame, but the most common types of engulfing pattern that you want to look at is, or the most effective, when the engulfing candle become fully healthy body. So when you see that it has healthy bodies on both sides, with a full body, with a narrow wick on both sides, and also it cross the candles completely. Couple of things. First of all, if we see that it crossed the previous candle's high completely on the upside and on the downside, that's where, so when you see the candle cross that previous candle's high to the upside and to the downside on both sides, that's where we could see that this price is quite important and significant. If we see that that candle, that bearish engulfing, also close past the previous candles completely, also it is an important candlestick pattern. Okay, so this is some of the important price action that we can look at when we are looking at the market, especially when the price trend below 10 EMA in a high volume situation. When this kind of candlestick pattern form, that's where the very important price action you will see that over and over again coming in the market. So with that being said, let's keep learning, let's keep growing. That's the goal here, is not only to take a trade but also to take a trade that is giving us the best outcome, in terms of learning. Our goal here is to learn and grow as a trader, right? So this is the main objective of this live session, is to help the community, help the traders. And also, um, I do enjoy doing lives. If you guys enjoy watching the live, you can say yes in the live chat. I'd like to see how many members here enjoy that live session. Also, you can let us know where you are from. Is it summer or winter? Here is just starting new winter, fresh winter, little different. So if you guys, where you are, is it, I think it's summer mostly, because in my zone it's always opposite to the rest of the world in most of the areas. So if you guys are embarking into the summer, most likely, isn't it? So here you can see that from here bounce, and yeah, that's a primary bounce here at the moment. That bounce might lead that price potentially to back. Yes, welcome, thank you. And I would look to place a pending order here, but at the moment not at all, because 4 minutes time, guys, don't make that mistake. Don't take any don't open any new position or even old position. If it is a short term position, then I would look to close. So as with the news, okay, it's gonna be huge spread widening, and because there will be huge spread widening, guys will see that the market in fact having that bias here. So let's wait to see how the price might be doing in that area. Thank you very much for joining the live session. Waiting for the data to come up, and you can see there is a bounce on the 4 hour as you mentioned, and huge rejection, and that rejection 3 minutes coming, and we might see that before the news again moving back again to the upside. We'll see that how far it might be going. Waiting for the data to come up, and in the meantime, you cast your vote. Let us know what's your view on the upcoming news, upcoming. Thanks for explanation, appreciate it, thank you very much. Forex market weak to cut me out, and immediately it doesn't start moving. Yeah, thank you very much, welcome. Yeah, thank you. So here is the move, and a very strong bounce, and that might lead the price back to the resistance line. Massive drop and rejection to the upside with a stronger momentum. And here we can see that bounce, expecting it to potentially to trend again to create a new higher high. Okay, so here is the doji, and a stronger breakout, wanting to see that pullback and then to bounce back up. So um, 1 minute to go for the data to come up, and with that data release we will be looking to enter how the market might be doing here. So here is we can see that from here bounce, and what's happening with the data pending still. Okay, so looks like that we might see still. Okay, so core retail sales came out to be 0.3%, retail sales 0.2%, so down. That might how this does that impact a DXY here? That's a an initial bounce, though DXY is bearish. We can see there is an initial bounce here on DXY, and with that bounce here from here support, let's wait on XAUSD how it might be doing. I think that you can see there is a drop here in that area, and this is a resistance line. We'll see that how the price might be doing. Okay, so there is a long wick here. All right, so now the question is, it's breaking below or potentially moving up again. So here 1 minute bearish engulfer, and with that 1 minute bearish engulfer is the market slowly potentially coming down here. See that how far it might be going. And from that resistance we can see that a bearish candle formation from this also liquidity gap. We could see that it's coming well below here to the support, and then to again trend to the upside to create a new higher high here. With that drop here, want to see the market is after a break having an upside bias. So after this bounce, we can see it's coming back again to the 4 hour support level, and also the candle close potentially on the 4 hour. There is a rejection. Now that rejection might keep the price potentially to bearish, but we have seen a bounce here. Now if we see that it's grabbing more liquidity, we may see that again downtrending continuation. There is a long wick here, a bearish candle. There's another long wick, bearish candle. So we may see that here multiple times the price testing and breaking below here with a stronger momentum. With this bounce, the market is forming series of lower high here, which is downtrend. Patience is key when we are looking into the trade, and you can see that here sideways we would like to see complete trend before we look for entry. And as long as we see the sideways, the only option for us is patience, right? Patience is the key to become profitable as a trader. Quite a few narrow doji formation here, and that narrow dojis, until we see the directional bias, we will be waiting to see. So far looks to me that it might still be remaining potentially bearish. So if you look at the daily here, as from here the market still didn't test the previous daily low, we could see, but at the same time, as you can see, it's trying to um, move back up or sideways. We'll be waiting to see how the price is reacting, and then we can enter after that. We can see here is a green candle, another bullish candle, and with that green and bullish candle, expecting it to potentially to trend again to the upside to the resistance line here. Okay, so here slowly potentially forming a bullish structure. Long term trend is up, so this is the 1 hour candle, and with this 1 hour candle we can see from here a breakout. So if we look at the lower time frame, um okay, so this is the 1 minute chart here. Here is a potential bounce. So locally we can see that there is a primary bounce here, and that bounce might lead the price back again and then potentially moving to the upside. We will be waiting to see that how it might be doing here. Now, as you can see, it has made its move. We can expect a pullback and then to potentially bounce again to create a new higher high here. Now, as it is 1 hour daily, 15 minutes bounce here, and 15 minutes candle is closing. So, okay, so here we may see some short term potential bounce, uh, potential bullish move for us to find entry. We may be able to see some local move here. So you see that I more often talk about the local and global, which is basically a global is where you see that the market is um, trending in the major direction of the trend. That's where the global is. Local is when we see that it's trending in the uh, minor direction of the trend. There are two things: one is global, the other is local, and that's what we um, need to understand when to enter into the trade, when the market trend in the major direction of the trend. That's where the key, guys. Keep in mind that when the market trending in the major direction of the trend, that's where we will be looking for entry. You can see that here it's in a sideways. So after the news, we still see some sideways movement. When the market moves like that, it's really the time when we mainly focus on learning. As if you really want to find better entry, always wait for the trend, even if it is feeling bored. And trading is boring. In fact, it's a boring profession, but it's rewarding, right? So trading is one of the most boring profession that you will ever find, and that is why you see that traders uh, most traders fail is because of that. It's a boredom, And boredom is also the worst feeling one can ever have, and that's why after staying certain time, traders feel like that they are not trading, and they start to trade without even the market showing its hand. So that is why it is essential for us to look for the market that is trending. If not trending, then we can't force the trend, right? So we can't force anything to the market. And sometime you see that um, many traders try to impose their will on the market, but smart traders are those who align their will with the will of the market. The market also has a way to move, and it is important for us to look at the market in an objective point of view without our opinion, and then looking at the market, how it is moving, and then aligning with it, right? So keep in mind that, guys, it's very important to look at. Okay, so here we can see that drop, and with that drop we can see the market is coming here, potentially expecting further downside here. We can see also there is a red bearish candle, and this is a 5 minutes candle. Okay, so with that 5 minutes price action, in the 5 minutes we can see that there might be some downside here to the support, starting to move up for a pullback. I more often look at the multi-time frame is because when you look at the multi-time frame, you're gonna see a completely different picture, a very important picture that you need to look at when you look at the multi-time frame analysis in the market. Okay, so here is we can see that from here forming series of high and low. Would like to see that it's potentially having a trend here. Waiting on. Thanks for explanation. Absolutely appreciate, Dorothy. Fixed gold in the price bounce could be liquidity swap before going back down. So this price bounce, you can see it's a one candle range, which is not a ideal market to trade. We'll be discussing about the ranging market is also very important. Can you practice patience as a trader, or does it come with experience? Nadishka. Well, um, that's an absolutely important question. Patience comes as a trader, or it comes with experience? Patience comes from anything that requires patience, because this is how our brain works, right? Even if you practice sitting down, okay, let's say you just practice sit down for 30 minutes each day, that also brings patience, because um, our brain cannot differentiate between different activities. It only reflects what it is needs to do. So let's say you need to do a job where you just need to stay sit down and look around, sit down. So what will happen is that the brain creates a neural pathway to complete the task, build the neural pathway. And that patience also reflect on other areas, because the brain use the same way. That's why work also impact the personal everything. So similarly, as a trader, so if you become a better trader, then also you become a patient trader, right? So being better trader means that you are patient trader, and that also reflect in other areas. So therefore, you can practice patience as a trader, or you can get experience to become patient. So both comes one with the other. Sell or buy, that's not a question. The question is when we can find that entry. Now here is, this is a drop here in that area, and that drop might lead that price potentially back further to the support level, waiting for the market to come back down here. And yeah, this is the price action. On the 15 minutes, I see there is a potential for bearish drop. Okay, so we may see that the price uh, may drop the daily low. Okay, so there is a probability for 2978 to be broken. As you can see, there is a consolidation break below. As the news is gone, we could find entry. Before we look at the entry, let's wait how the market might be evolving in that area. As there is a strong breakout and rejection, we could see that correction and then to trend here. So lower time frame price action for an entry. Let's see where is the possible zone that we can place a pending order here. So it's again having an upside bias here on XAU USD. And with that movement, if we look at, okay, so I will be placing here a pending order, sell stop above this high stop loss. If the market breaks below, we will be entering a short trade for this potential drop to the daily support level. Be previous today's low here, we might see some downside. If we see that, then we will be entering into the trade. This is a sell stop at 2984.53, stop loss 2988.87, TP target at 2980.09. So place the sell stop here on XAUSD. If market managed to break below, we will be entering into the trade. We see that downside here. Potentially we might get a trigger here on this trade, and okay, we can see that we place the pending order here. Still not active. We might get a trigger here on this one. So if it breaks below, we will be entering into the trade, and in that case expecting it to come back to the daily support level here. So we have here in this trade almost 44 pips stop loss. If it breaks below, you will be entering into the trade. This is a sell stop on this instrument. Okay, so the trade is still not active, waiting for the market to break below. If it breaks below, then we will be entering into that trade. And we can see some pullback. Now if it continue to drop, then we are on the trade. Now if it is a liquidity grab, we might see that the market again potentially moving back up. So looking at here, in that situation, for the market to trend here to the support, with a doji formation. So you see that there is a 15 minutes candle close, 30 minutes as well. Bearish candle is being closed. So if the next one coming down here, that's where. So if it is now breaking below from this level, that will be on this trade. You guys are ready? Make sure you give a thumbs up. Missed the sell opportunity already. So no, we didn't miss it. We just placed the pending order. If it drops, then we are on the trade. So getting some potential rejection that we're waiting to see. So the trade is not triggered yet, so it's a pending order, waiting to see that to break below. Might try to break this resistance before coming back here again. Here is the rejection. Would like to see that completely break below. Okay, so we see some potential rejection is still not fully developed. If it completely engulfed that we discussed the previous couple of minutes ago about the engulfing pattern. So if we see that it engulfed completely, that's where we can expect it to trend again. I think we might see that that movement here potentially. Let's wait to see how the market. So we had our entry going on, and the candlestick pattern and the trade slowly moving down here. Okay, so if it breaks below, we will be entering into the trade, waiting to see that it's coming back here, and then once we see enough drop, we will be in the trade here. Okay, so there is a long wick, and with the long wick we can expect it to come back here, and you can see it's forming a potentially a doji here. There is some new music. Okay, so there is a bounce. So still the trade not triggered. We may see some. It's too high sound. Come on. So here, it's very interesting price action here, and now this rejection, if we see that, we see another bounce, but if it again breaks below that, we might see potential. There's a narrow doji formation. Now what kind of price action is this? Is important to look at, either bearish or bullish. I think we might see that potentially bearish move here after break of this high. So this is a strong bearish move here, okay, on the lower time frame. And okay, so with that bearish move, we can see that this is a doji here. So interesting. Okay, so here what's happening again, there is a again there is a bounce here. Oh, so that's very interesting that it's forming a price action here. And okay, so it may try to grab further liquidity from any of the stop here. Okay, so you'd like to see that. You can see this is a here from this level, this is a bearish engulfer is being formed here. Potentially, if it does, then you could see that trending in that direction to create a new lower low here, so which is an important support zone here. Okay, so it needs to break below. So if it breaks below, that's where you will see that potentially trending in that direction to create a new lower low, which is important. Right, guys, so you can see the 5 minutes candle closing as a doji. Now this doji closing as a, if it is closing as a red doji, expecting to have another one to come back here again to create a new lower low. Oops. Now until that, the price action in a what I would say that very sideway, but we may see some here upside again. But we are not on a trade on that, the one that we have opened in the chat. So here's waiting to see the market showing its hand. So looking at the 30 minutes, okay, so after multiple times upon multiple liquidity grab here, we may see that the price, okay, getting an upside here. We'll see that bounce, and because it had that upside bounce here, our pending order is still there, the trade still didn't open, and now it made its upside here. It might now just trying to go back to the resistance line here. Still not we can see that there is a long wick candle. Now the question is, it is going back up again. There might be some uh, potentially upside here again, as it is still maintaining that bullish. So if it is coming down here, okay, so what we could see there, back to back three doji formation here, and we may see some potentially short term bullish move here. We can see another doji formation. So we place the pending order here, which we will see that potentially if it come back down, then we will be entering into the trade. Or bias CS, if the market breaks the structure, we will see that it's trending in that direction. So here we place the pending order. If it managed to break below, we are on the trade. So we place that pending order. Still the market in a very narrow sideway movement. And as the market in a sideway movement, we will be waiting to see what kind of um, opportunity you have after the breakout. That's what our aim here is, to see the market had started to trend as it is in a narrow range, and once it will break from that range, it's gonna again started to trend. That's how the market moves. Once it manage to trend again, you'll see that it's gonna trend a lot. And as you can see here, slowly it's trying to form a bearish trend, but it's still not fully organized for the bearish move here. as you can see, getting some rejection. Okay, there is a doji, and here it may trend to the upside here. So far we have seen the possibility to trend to the upside is higher here. So what we'll be we'll be doing here is, let's delete the pending order, as we can see there is a possibility for upside, and we will be readjusting um, sell stop to potentially, let's see if it is still ready for a buy stop. Now if the market move back up, so let's see 1 hour, um, big drop here to the support, 4 hour to the support, daily 1 hour. Okay, this is a choppy. Okay, so when it is choppy, guys, that we have to wait for the market to restructure, reorganize. Okay, so some days, in our previous session, in our Tokyo session, we had a pretty successful trade, and this session, after the news, because the market was trending the whole day, this whole trend all the whole day, so we now the market has gone to a little in a slower mode, as tomorrow important day for CAD, followed by JPY on Wednesday. So we see that a very important price action here on XAUSD, and with that important price action from the support level here, doji formation, and with the doji, what you can expect it to have potentially um, here upside movement. So with that in mind, we can see there is a doji, and some areas that we need to wait. So even though triggers, it won't give me much profit before moving up. Uh, yeah, so it didn't trigger with me yet. I think it shouldn't, because it didn't reach that price. Yeah, it didn't trend. So here what it is trying to do now, to have another bullish momentum in that area. So we might see that, you can see that this is a sideway narrow consolidation. We could see that a breakout here potentially to the upside, and with that breakout, this is a resistance line here. Neither to trend in the downside or trend to the upside, which direction to go. Okay, so here getting narrow candle formation. And it managed to break from the top. So let's replace pending order. If we look at, if you want to place it, so 5 minutes candle closed again with a red long wick at the bottom. We may see that now trend in that direction here, and with the trend, Okay, so the market is not uh, clearly trending yet. Okay, so the bias is still might come back here again for another potential drop, but this is not a good market at the moment for entry, so we have to wait for the market to prepare to give us suitable entry opportunity. There is a doji formation here on the 30 minutes, and that doji is could be a potential for a bounce, or could be that it's coming back again to the downside here, depending on how it form. Based on that, we will be looking to enter. In the meantime, guys, if you enjoyed this live session, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you're not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day. And the market is still not showing any hand, and that's trading, guys. The day it's not showing hand, it's not showing hand, and we have to let it go. So today we didn't, this session, that means not today, this session we didn't have any entry yet. We had our previous session was incredible. On Tokyo session we had an entry in that time. So at the moment we will be waiting for uh, proper entry opportunity, or so that we can get into the trade. And in the meantime, guys, as first day of trading week, we would like to see better entry, which is very important to look at. Waiting to see what kind of price action it is trying to make here. All right, so waiting to see further entry opportunity. And in the meantime, guys, if you enjoyed this live session, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. So with that being said, thank you for joining this live session. I'm going to end this session for today. We will be waiting for further entry opportunity later today. And for those who joined this live session, really, I hope that you learn something here that will change the way you look at the market. And I invite you to join also tomorrow in both of this live session. Until that, stay well, stay happy.